Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Animal Panda here, and please excuse the little bit of coping that I'm about to do, but I literally cannot cope with the fact that I have to skip Jingliu. He's an absolutely incredible character, has insane damage, has incredible synergies, and I have to fucking get her. So today I just want to go over her kit really quickly, go over her best team comps, her best rotations, best everything about her, because she's an absolutely incredible damage dealer and very efficient too for the team in certain cases too. And at the end of the video, I want to go over why even after singing all of her praises, I still have to skip her. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the main purpose of Jingliu's kit is to always use your skill to gain the 2 stacks of syzygy, and once she enters into that enhanced state with those 2 stacks of syzygy, that is where the bulk of her damage is going to come. And her talent is very long-winded, but the most important things to note is the crit rate increase, the enhanced skill, and the fact that she sucks her allies' HP to buff her attack. I'll go into more depth about how this calculation actually works, but just know her optimal rotation is to always use her skill to enter into this enhanced state. And then her ultimate is just more damage, and it also gains her a stack of syzygy. So the optimal rotation is to always use the ult inside the enhanced state. That way you can get more turns and attacks in that enhanced state, because if you are in that enhanced state, the ultimate counts as an enhanced attack. So now let me quickly go over the actual calculation of how much HP the team needs in order for Jingliu to maximize her HP drain. So you start off with her total base HP, including her base HP and plus her light cone, and then you multiply that by the 180% cap on the total amount of attack she gains from that HP. Then you divide that product by the 540% total HP from all allies. This will tell you how much attack she gains from the total HP consumption. Finally, take that 4% consumption of all allies to get the total amount of HP your other party members need. And on average, between 4-star and 5-star light cones, the team needs around 9 to 10,000 HP in order for Jingliu to get the total benefits of the attack buff. So you can run 1 tank unit on the team and then have two squisher units, or you can have every single teammate have around 3.3 to 3.5 thousand HP. So now I want to jump into light cones, because I want to establish the fact that the gap between using her signature versus the other light cone options, the other 4-star light cone options, and even the other 5 stars is absolutely ridiculous. Because not only does she get crit damage on it and she stacks up attack, when she has those 3 stacks of Eclipse, she ignores 12% of the defense. And this defense is super important. It's not relative to all the additional damage that goes into the attack multipliers. This is a completely separate entity in terms of calculating how much damage is done to the enemy. So having this on a destruction light cone, where you typically see this on, nihility units that deal with defense shred or ignoring defense, is absolutely ridiculous. So her best in slot by a far margin is her signature light cone. And some other good 4-star options are probably only these 3. S5 moles will obviously be really nice because 24% on every mischievous. Then Seeger Vow is always good when you have S5, and Under the Blue Sky, when you proc the 24% crit rate after defeating an enemy, is always really good. And in terms of Wolf Walk time, absolutely useless. Now, just to glance at the other 5-star options, the Clara light cone is also really good because it just gives you conditional 24%. Now, Blade's light cone might be a little bit overcapping on crit rate because the 18% is already pretty huge. So not sure about this one. It'll still be really good regardless, but make sure you build as much crit damage as possible if you're running this. And the same thing with Imbibitor Lunay's light cone. Be wary of the crit rate, but this is also really good because he gets energy regen. That'll be really good in getting the optimal energy rotation for Jingliu. Then obviously you have the free-to-play light cone, always gets 16%, and the fact that the weakness break on Jingliu, especially on ice enemies, will be really potent in AoE scenarios. She'll always be proccing this 24% damage increase, when she hits the enemy. Next up for Relics X, she has two really competitive options. The first one obviously being the 4-piece ice set, but I know that this domain is an absolute pain in the ass because we have, we have this 4-piece wind set, which is completely useless. So if you don't want to spend as much time or suffering just farming for the 4-piece ice set, then 4-piece brilliant stars will be a very good option because of the fact that this gives 10% ignoring of the defense. And here's some of the numbers between the two sets, and it's really comparable. So you can honestly go by whatever substats are best and you'll do just fine. Then for best ornament set, it will be Brutal Arena because one, the 70% crit rate is really easy to get with Jingliu. As long as you have 30% base crit rate, she will get that super easily, and then you can buff that skill damage with her. However, if you're still struggling to get that 70% threshold, then Salsoda will be just fine. More damage on her ult is always really good, and Space Healing Station is overall generally good once you reach that 120 speed. And then for main stats, definitely go for crit damage so you don't overload on crit rate, and then either speed boots or attack boots. I say attack boots because she already has 9 speed in her chases, so if you get really lucky with your speed rolls, then you can run attack boots as long as you at least reach that 121 threshold. Then obviously for orb, do I have an ice one? But yeah, just run an ice orb on Jingliu and then an attack route. Now one thing to note, with an ER rope, it's very highly likely that you could get off 4 enhanced skills with the ultimate, but at the same time you lose out on a lot of damage, especially taking into account into your HP drain. So overall, in best case scenarios, attack percent rope is the way to go. The first team is always any hyper carry, especially if you have a defense ready unit like Silverwolf and Pela, and especially Pela too, because her E4 gives the enemy a 12% resistance reduction, so Pela is always really good with Jingliu regardless. And the best sustain in this case will obviously be Luocha, because he basically makes her HP draining obsolete, just always heals it every time an ally attacks. And also Fushuan for more HP to get that HP threshold much easier. But my personal favorite team comp is with Blade and just doing a dual carry, because they benefit each other so well. Like with Jingliu's HP drain, Blade gets his follow-up attacks much quicker. He literally stacks them up every single time Jingliu drains HP. So she gets up to 3 enhanced skills. So that's just 3 charges for Blade's follow-up attack right there. And Blade also benefits Jingliu because he inherently has high HP pool, so getting that max attack gains from her HP drain makes it a lot easier. And as you can see, this overall team comp is one of my favorites in the game right now. Just assume the kid is Jingliu because I can't get her anyways. But the reason this team works so well is because Lynx's skill gives more aggro to Blade, so he's getting his follow-up every single cycle, basically. It's ridiculous. So with Jingliu out the way, I sung all her praises. She is an absolutely amazing character. I give her so much credit for being a really in-tune character, but it's very sad to say that I have to skip her because of 2 main things. Number 1, Fushuan absolutely made me go broke. I had like 100-ish. I had 100-ish passes, and not only did I lose the 50-50, I lost the 50-50 a fucking kid. So I literally don't have a purpose to get Jingliu, because not only do I have a lot of destruction characters already with Danny and Blade, I have that ice coverage. And number 2, like I said, let me show you how many Jades I have now. I used to have 100 in 1.3. Now in 1.4, I only have 47. 48 if I convert this to Jade. So I'm basically fucking broke. There's absolutely no way that I can get Jingliu in 48 pulls. So I'm literally just going to have to cope with the fact that I'm going to skip her now and then get her later. So yeah, that's just gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying Jingliu as much as I haven't been able to. Let me know how you're building her in the comments down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys later when I can actually get Jingliu. But I'm just gonna save it for Topaz at this case. I already have a full 4-piece set for her, so hopefully I can get Topaz. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll see you guys later.